John, ultimately it's a disappointing trip for the fans on the way home to Kirkcaldy, and likewise Derby defeat. Can you talk us through the 90 minutes, key bits?
Well, we're all hurting, no one hurts more than me and the players, so we feel all the pain, and I can't express the pain any more than I've done in every other time that you lose a football match. So I think the fans want to realise that we do suffer, and I suffer greatly, believe me. So pan it on to the fans, we are bitterly gutted. But these are noisy games, absolutely noisy games. We get ourselves into a great situation by scoring early, but unfortunately, although we passed the ball, we didn't really bombard their goal as I would have expected us to do after that in the first half. We had the wind advantage in the first half, and I would have been expecting us then to kick on in the game and try and get ourselves 2-3 goals up, because I think on a day like today sometimes you actually need that, because it can become a game of two halves. But the wind's never won a game in its life, and it's not necessarily how the game panned out, because it equalised, East Fife equalised. Again, it's a poor goal from our point of view in regards to we've got plenty of players down as the ball's played in behind our defence. We've got plenty of players there to stop the ball coming across the goal, but somehow or other it does come across the goal, and their lad reacts to it better than ours, and that's disappointing. So it goes one each, and in fact we don't necessarily take advantage and actually end up having to defend one or two situations, and Davies made a good save and have hit the bar. So but the second half we've started well. I felt like we're dominating the ball, and they get a corner kick, and unfortunately we don't defend the corner kick. It's Davy flicks it on and it comes back in, and they react sharper to us. That's the first time they're at the park in the second half. They get a corner kick and they score with it. We then try again to build ourselves back into the game. We're doing that. They get a free kick, quite simply, ball into the box. They lose a runner, score from 6 yards out, and you're 3-1 down. So again, a set play, which is gutting to be losing goals from set plays. And then again we work ourselves, trying to get ourselves back into the game. Obviously they've got the lead to defend, but we do get back in and we make it 3-2, and we are pushing, trying to get an equaliser, and we're not that far away on a couple of occasions to doing that. We try to get back into it, but then in the last minute or whatever we lose a goal again from a set play, and so 3 set plays have swung the game into East Fife's favour. It's really disappointing from that point of view. I don't think overall East Fife were better than us, but they actually they attacked set plays better than us, they defended their set plays better than us, and unfortunately it's a big part of the game and we didn't do it well enough.
I heard some of the questions earlier for the journalists about the kind of plaudits in terms of how we look going forward, and I would imagine that you would stress that we go forward as a team and we defend as a team. So in terms of the set plays, it's a shared responsibility, would you say?
Yeah, exactly. That's on my board. We attack together, we defend together, and that's what's on my sheets up in the wall for the players today, up on the board. Exactly that, because that's what we do, and that's what you have to do. That's what all good teams do. That you get attacking numbers and you get backing numbers, and of course in open play we're actually very good at that. It's today the game's been decided on set plays, and we're all defenders at set plays. Every single one is defenders at set plays, but we didn't defend them. For 3 of the goals we didn't defend them, and it's criminal, absolutely criminal. There's a will. You've got to have that will to go and attack the ball in both boxes. It's the same defending, and then you've got to think about reacting to it and getting the ball. I mean, the thing about a set play is, defensive set play when you're defending is not to lose a goal. That is the thing, not to lose a goal. And we know it's been a little an issue for us, and we've actually tried to bring everybody back, so we've got so many players back so that we can have players in positions to attack the ball and clear the ball, and yet we still lose goals.
I think maybe the third one, there might have even been 11 Raith Rovers players in that box at one point.
That doesn't surprise me, no. I mean, obviously I've not had a chance to look over these things at this early stage on the video analysis. But yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. We've got to do a job. Yeah, we've got to do our jobs. Sometimes you can have as many bodies back, but if you don't do your job, it doesn't matter how many you've got back. I mean, in theory, you would expect if you've got everyone back, you're going to get somebody to get on the end of it, but you've got to actually be committed to going for the ball, committed to reacting, committed to blocking it, and we do a lot of good work and we do an awful lot of good things, and then we give away cheap goals, and we don't. I mean, to be fair, we've actually cashed in. Louis Allen's managed to get the first goal, and we've cashed in a kind of like a mistake by East Fife, and Louis took that well. But with regards to set plays, we don't necessarily get free headers and free opportunities to shoot at the goal.
There was a lot of goodwill and a lot of concern in terms of Ross Matthews' well-being when he went off. Do you have any early update?
The initial, what we got back from the doctor was, and our physio was that it looked like a fractured eye socket. So he was going to the hospital. There was an ambulance call for him to go to the hospital, A&E, and we need to get that x-rayed and see the extent of the damage.
Well, wish you well, John. The stewards are passing and we can't quite hear as well on the mic, so thanks for your time.